Still using random openings in 2025? You're falling behind. These 3 openings are dominating online games, and if you learn them, you'll win more matches starting today. Let's begin. Let's start with the Italian game, one of the oldest and most trusted openings in chess. It begins with e4, e5. You grab space in the center, and your opponent mirrors. Then nf3 and c6, standard development. Both sides defend their central pawn and get ready for action. Now here's the key, bc4. Your bishop immediately eyes the f7 pawn, the weakest square in black's position. Black usually plays bc5, copying your setup. Next comes c3, a quiet move, but quietly dangerous. It sets the stage for the real blow d4. If they take, you strike back with c takes d4, claiming the center like a king on his throne. Then comes bishop to b4 check. But no worries, you calmly develop with knight to c3. Now here's the turning point. If they get greedy with knight takes e4, don't flinch, just castle. King side castle. You're safe. The king is secure. The tension rises. And soon, you'll win back everything, with interest. Follow up with b takes c3 and bishop to d3, and suddenly, every piece is breathing fire. So, even if black grabs a pawn, you get the lead in development and pressure. That's why the Italian remains a beginner's best friend. Now let's flip the board. You're playing black, and your opponent confidently opens with pawn to e4, aiming to dominate the center. But you're prepared to strike back immediately. This isn't a time for passive play. Welcome to the Sicilian Defense. Your response is sharp. Pawn to c5. White develops their knight to f3, and you quickly reinforce your center with pawn to d6. When white pushes pawn to d4, you capture. Pawn takes d4, immediately challenging their control. White recaptures with knight takes d4, and you respond actively, knight to f6, putting immediate pressure on the center. White defends calmly with knight to c3. You seize the moment to set the stage. Pawn to a6. This subtle yet powerful move marks the start of the Najdorf variation. It prepares an aggressive queenside expansion. White develops with bishop to e2, and you strike boldly at their center with pawn to e5, pushing their knight away to b3. Both sides quickly castle, bringing their kings to safety. White moves their bishop to e3, looking to attack. You counter swiftly. Bishop to e6, setting your sights firmly on the center. White strengthens their position with pawn to f3, but you're just warming up. Knight to d7, preparing for aggressive piece play. Your king is safe, you control the center, and every piece is developed and ready. This isn't just beginner theory. This setup holds strong even up to 2,500 elo. So if you're ready for dynamic battles, try the Sicilian. And now, the final and most legendary opening. The one I personally use, and the one that wins games before your opponent even knows it. Let's dive into the Queen's Gambit. It starts with d4, then c4. You're offering a pawn, not as a mistake, but as a bold strategy. This isn't about material, it's about space, control, and long-term domination. Black usually replies with e6, declining the gambit, and you continue with nc3 or nf3, keeping control. You develop rapidly. Bishop to f4, keeping eyes on the center. Black castles, and you calmly support your structure with e3. Now they try to hit back with c5, but you're ready. You take, pawn takes c5. If they want activity, let them come. Next, qc2, a multi-purpose move, defending and watching for tactics. You bring your rook to d1, claiming the center. When they play qa5, you answer with a3, stopping any back rank tricks. Then bishop to e2, calmly completing development. Black takes your center pawn with d5 takes c4. You respond instantly. Bishop takes c4. Then they push e5, striking the middle. No panic. You reposition. Bishop to g3, keeping tension alive. They try pressure with bishop to g4, but you castle. Now, your king is safe, your rooks are connected, and your pieces are ready. Their final move, rook to d8, gives you a clue. They're waiting, but you're not. You're playing the Queen's Gambit. 3 powerful openings: Italian, Sicilian, and this. Learn them, play them, win more games. Subscribe now to @Chess Guy Online and outplay your opponents from move 1.